Hi guys! Welcome to my first ever energy update. I think that's what I want to call it. I was making art this past weekend for the first time in a really long time. And just with the energy of the Leo full moon and in bulk, and of course, we're a couple of weeks out from the year of the horse, I was just having so much pour through, and I like have all these like little random messy notes. Um, and yeah, so I just wanted to give an energy update and just like tap back into this side of myself because I feel like I have so much to say and so much to share, and this is just a beautiful way to do that. So let's get started. I'm like, I don't even know where to start. Um, I think I want to start with just the fact that we are a couple of weeks away from the year of the horse, and this feels like a really big deal, especially coming out of the year of the snake. It has been quite a year for a lot of people. And I know that so many of us are really like looking forward to this energy of the year of the horse, the year of the fire horse more specifically. And it really is a beautiful energy, but I do want to emphasize that in order to make the most of this energy of the year of the fire horse, like it is going to take courage, it is going to take devotion, and it is going to take balance as well because it's such like a strong potent energy that we can almost get carried away in it if we're not careful, if we're not like having that balance with ourselves. But it also just takes a lot of courage as well. Of course, we know that it is a year of forward movement and momentum and like really bringing things into fruition. And this has just been like a really big theme too that I've been channeling around is like getting your creations out there, like truly being the creatrix of your world, of your reality, and like actually birthing things into existence this year. I think that I speak to a collective that has maybe like had a lot of creative ideas, but then you start them and then you don't finish them, or you start them and then you get scared to really put it out there. And like that's when all those limiting beliefs start to come up. So we'll kind of get into that. But some information about the year of the fire horse. So the horse represents freedom, independence, wild spirit, and untamed energy. And the untamed energy is really like the anchor that I want to use with the horse because this is so powerful this year, especially with us as women, like really stepping into that untamed energy and like really releasing that good girl conditioning and truly doing what we want, not what we think we want or what we think we need to do. And then the fire really amplifies passion, transformation, visibility, courage, creative force, and like the destruction of the old to make way for the new. And I really want to emphasize the fact that, of course, the year of the snake was very much so a lot of shedding, very known for shedding, releasing, like really shedding that old skin. There's a lot more that goes into the snake than just shedding. But with the fire, like really representing destruction of the old to make way for the new, I want to emphasize that we are always going to be shedding. Like, we, especially as women, we are cyclical beings. We move with our own cycles and we move with the cycles of the earth, the seasons of the earth. So, just because we're moving out of the year of the snake and into the year of the fire horse doesn't mean that you're like going to fully be done shedding. Like, you're always going to be shedding. There might be times where it's more intense and times where it's not as intense, but I don't know. I feel like there's this narrative out there of thinking that like once we reach the year of the fire horse in a couple of weeks that everything is just going to be smooth sailing. And that's not to say that it can't be easy. Like I do believe that there can definitely be ease with things. But again, as a woman and as a woman on this path of really like creating and birthing your magic and using your magic and tapping into that, you are always going to be on this path, this cyclical path, this spiral path of shedding, of releasing, and then like rebuilding again. You're always going to be on the path of needing to move through destruction in order to make way for new things to come in. So I just wanted to point that out. But women, like in this fire horse energy, really do refuse to be tamed and controlled. Tamed and controlled. I was like, why did that not sound right? And they really just like pursue their own path over the path that society has laid out for them. And I think that this is really fucking powerful right now, especially with everything happening in our world and in our country. We are witnessing the feminine rise, and like the feminine has been rising. Like the feminine is here at this point, and we're just like we're watching systems try to really control women. And I don't want to get into too much of it, but I've just seen different things out there with our government in the United States, things that are happening where they're still trying to control women. You probably have an idea of different things. And this energy of this year really is for us as women to pursue our own path and to step into that power and like be completely untamed. Like truly the energy that I have been feeling into for this year, so much of it is like letting go of that good girl conditioning and not taking the path that anybody else has laid out for you, taking the path that you want to go on, that like you are guiding yourself on, no matter what it looks like, literally just going after it. And I wrote down, this is the year to do the damn thing. Like it truly is the year to do the damn thing. If you have ideas, if you have projects like art, whatever, if you have like gifts, medicine that you want to share with the world, this is the year to do that. This is the year to put that out into the world, into the universe, and start showing up in that way. Because one, the world just needs that. The world desperately, desperately needs more women in their medicine, whatever your medicine looks like. And I always emphasize this, like it truly can look any certain way. But it's also so important for you, for like you and your own vitality as a woman to continue to follow that call, whatever it is within you. I remember for myself, like a couple of years ago, I knew that I wanted to have my own business. I knew that I had gifts to share. And it was just like this nagging feeling within me that I just could not let go of. And I was like, I have to follow that. Otherwise, I will be so unfulfilled. I will be so unhappy. I truly was really unfulfilled at that point in my life, and very much so depressed, anxious, like really not in a good space. And the more that I started to follow that feeling within me and start to stand in my power and go after the things that like were interesting to me, the things that were really calling me, I started to just feel more liberated. It's almost just like feeling those chains slowly, slowly come off of you. And that's just really, really important for women, because for generations, like we have had those chains around us. Our moms, our grandmas, our great grandmas, and so on. Like they did not have that opportunity to like be untamed in this way. And so that's why it's so powerful, and that's truly like what is going to change the world right now is women in their power, and like women who aren't afraid to just like go on their own path and like create and cultivate their own path. And I wrote down too about like how the fire horse cannot be domesticated, and really embodying that energy is what is going to change the world. And like recognizing that while there are systems that are trying to control the power of women, like we just cannot be controlled. And I think that it's just really beautiful that we are in this space where we get to pave the way, where we get this opportunity to share our magic and share our gifts and do whatever the fuck we want to and show up how we want to and express ourselves authentically. Like that truly is such a gift. And it can be scary. Like there are so many things that come up when we are doing that, when we are expressing ourselves authentically, when we are sharing our magic, our medicine, whatever it is, our creativity, our art, our voice, like even just using your voice and speaking up. There are so many like blocks that can come up, so many limiting beliefs. And so I don't want to just act like it's so easy to like get up and do the thing. I want to acknowledge that it can be challenging, it can be hard, and that really is like back to the destruction of the old to make way for the new. Like, you really do have to be in that cyclical energy where you are allowing those things to come to the surface so that they can be alchemized and transmuted so that you can step into new energy and more into your power. And the fire horse does not ask for permission. She literally just moves. Like, this is not the year to wait for external validation or wait for somebody to be like, oh, you should do that or you're really good at that. Like, no, you own your shit and you do it. And this is the year to do that. I feel like there was something else that I wrote down along those lines. Oh, yeah, you're meant to own your desire. And sorry, the mailman came. I didn't know what that noise was. But I wrote, own your desire, be so devoted to your desire, because if you're in a space where you are kind of wishy-washy and you're like maybe 1 foot in, 1 foot out, it's going to make it so much more difficult to get to where you want to go. Like, own your desire, be consistent with that in a way that works for you and your body. That's something that has been really big, as well as just consistency. And I actually had a friend mention this the other day, but she was like, as long as you're like still going and moving forward, like, that is consistency. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be like strict, but as long as like you are devoted to that desire and moving towards that with consistency that works for you, it's going to work out. Like, whatever it is that you are cultivating and creating will happen so long as you are devoted to that desire. And I also was really thinking about the fact that, like, we all need to start owning the fact that our presence is a gift and that our gifts are needed in the world. I already mentioned it kind of at the beginning, but like, our gifts are so needed right now, whatever that is. And even if you don't know what it is, but you can feel inside of you that there's something that needs to like come out and be birthed through you, continue following the small nudges to get there. Because, like, again, it's a gift, literally, like the word gift, it is a gift to the world that like people need your magic, your medicine, they need your story. Especially, that's another really big thing too, that like I'm just realizing and coming to terms with, is that there's always going to be somebody who will relate to your story, who will find medicine in your story or wisdom from your story. And so really using your voice to share that if you've been feeling called to do that. And then, gosh, a lot of notes. Where do I want to go now? Yeah, visibility without apology, and like knowing that this is not the year to hide away. It really is not the year to hide away. Like, this is the year to truly step into the spotlight in whatever way that looks to you. I was also pondering this the other day because there's so much out there around like being seen and fears of being seen. And when we think of being seen, we think of being seen by a lot of people, which, yes, that's beautiful because that can help you become more visible to the right eyes. But I think it's important to really set the intention to just be seen by the right eyes, to be seen by the right people who will provide you with the opportunities that you need to get to where you want to go. And so this is really the year to allow yourself to just like expand in your visibility and do this in a way that doesn't rush. Like, it doesn't need to go 0 to 100 because that's going to trigger your nervous system and that's going to feel unsafe, especially if you do feel unsafe in being seen. So just allowing it to be gradual, allowing yourself to take small steps and do the things that scare you, do the things that like expand your edges a little bit, but again, like, don't go overboard. And that's a really big thing too with the year of the horse, is that kind of the shadow side of that could be that we are moving too quickly and like not having that balance, and that will then burn us out or cause our systems to feel very dysregulated, and then of course that inevitably hinders us from getting to where we want to go. So just knowing that even though this energy is really potent, that you don't need to rush it. Like, you still get to take your time. And the most important thing ever, always, is to be listening to your body as your guide. If your body is burnt out, if you are like about to, I don't know, like for me, I can feel it. If I'm like, okay, I've been doing too much, I need to slow it down for a second. Listen to that. Know that you have time and know that you are so supported while you are on this path. Like, you are always going to be taken care of. There's such an energy of like needing to rush, and I feel it all the time myself. Like, I'm so guilty of this, but well, I don't want to use the word guilty because I don't like that, but I do this too, where I feel so rushed, and then I'm like, well, reminding myself, like, I am moving at the pace that my body is allowing me to, and that's all that I can do, and that is enough. Like, owning that that is enough is so powerful too, and owning like your capacity, because when we're stuck in this mindset of like, okay, we need to do more, we're not doing it fast enough, we're not getting there quick enough, we're never going to get there. We're never going to like be in that frequency to call in the things that we need. But when we're in the like embodiment of like, okay, I'm moving at the right pace, I trust my body to guide me, and I know that I will be taken care of, you're in that energy of trust and that energy of surrender, which allows things to come in for you, which allows that support to come in for you. And yeah, this is truly the year to post the things, to launch the offers, to get your art out there, to speak your truth, to speak up, like truly whatever it is, whatever magic and medicine you have in you, this is the year to do that. This is the year to put that out there. And again, like I said at the beginning, sometimes it isn't that easy. It truly isn't. And I have gone through a lot of this myself over the past like 2 years in my business. So I quit my corporate job January of 2024 and like just started my business, but was not necessarily like settled in it at all, like no clients, nothing like that, like was truly just starting and building it. And I just had the nudge to quit my job. I was miserable in it. I needed a break. My body was burnt out. And so I'm really grateful that I did that. But the last 2 years, for a majority of it, has been me kind of figuring that out, figuring out like my edges, expanding my edges, and like really learning how to speak up, to share my voice, to be seen, to post on the internet, like all of these different things. And there's been a lot that I have had to clear out and move out, a lot that I've had to destroy in order to rebuild, a lot of beliefs and just like imprints and all of the things that we hold on to that I have had to move through. And of course, it's a like forever unfolding journey, and that's why I always refer to it as a spiral path, because we're always just moving on that spiral and meeting deeper aspects of ourselves. And I think it's really beautiful to look at it in that way, because we're not like striving for perfection. And there certainly was a time where I was striving for perfection, and I was like, okay, well, maybe if I heal this, or maybe if I just get better at that, then I'll be worthy, then I'll be able to like do the thing. And that just isn't the case. Like, you already are worthy, but there's still things that we get to learn and experience and expand on and grow in on our path. So yeah, with this year, it truly is a lot of forward momentum. It's going to take a lot of courage too, like I mentioned at the beginning, and a lot of effort at times. And I think that that's okay, because there's also just such a narrative out there around, like, I'm a feminine embodiment mentor, so very much so feminine energy, love all of that, but you can't have that without your masculine containment. Like, it truly does have to be a balance of both. And this is the year to be in your masculine, but not in an unhealthy masculine. That's the key too, is like, so many of us have been in our masculine, but we've been in an unhealthy masculine, not a healthy masculine. And so really integrating with that and working with that and allowing that to fuel you as you move forward, and to just help you like build that structure to birth whatever it is that you are birthing into existence. I think that's it that I have for you guys. I'm excited to see how this lands. Definitely post a comment if anything resonated. I love hearing from you guys. Let me know just what's up, what's going on for you guys, and I'm excited to do more of these.